Hi guys, it's Mel from Illamasqua, and today I am all about the classic red lip. I'm going to show you guys how to create the perfect pout using our new Ultra Matte formula in Man-Eater. So the first step is to make sure that your lips are in really great condition, especially if you're wearing a matte lip, because if there's any flakes there, you're going to be able to see it. So I like to just use a little bit of an exfoliator and then put some lip balm on, especially when I'm just in the middle of doing my skincare, because that way when you're doing the rest of your makeup, like your foundation and your brows, your lip balm is going to settle in and sink into the lips, and it's going to make your lips really conditioned so that when you come to do your lips, they're going to look amazing. That being said, you want to make sure that you don't have a lot of lip balm on when you come to do the lipstick. Otherwise it can get a bit slippy and a little bit messy. So I'm going to just take some tissue and I'm just going to blot off the excess. So the next step is to take away your natural lip line by using foundation or concealer, which may seem a really strange thing to do. All you need to do is take a little bit of product, whatever's left on your brush on the back of your hand from doing your foundation, and just really lightly brush it over to your lips. And the reason why we do this is because by taking that away, when you go in with a lipstick or a liner, you're going to be able to get a really crisp shape. Now, really important is that you don't overload the lips with loads of foundation. I've got a little bit of skin-based concealer pen, it's my favourite concealer, and I'm using a fluffy brush with a tiny amount of product on. And I'm just going to really lightly blend that over. And you can see I've not put a lot on, but it's just taken away that edge of my lip. The next step is to apply some colour, and before I go in with the lipstick, I'm actually going to apply some lip liner. Now, you don't have to apply lip liner. If you don't, you're just going to get a softer edge, but it sure is going to be a lot quicker. But as a makeup artist, I always line lips because it's just going to give me the cleanest, sharpest edge. It's going to make that pout look absolutely perfect. And the other thing is, if you fill in your whole lips with the lip liner before the lipstick, you're actually going to get a little bit of long wear. Now, a couple of things to note. First of all, it is so important that your lip liner is sharpened. If it's blunt, it's going to get a little bit messy, so the sharper the better, and you might need to sharpen throughout as well. The other thing is about colour when it comes to lip liner. I think you can get really hung up on the fact that your lip liner needs to match your lipstick perfectly, and that's not really the case. As long as they're similar, you should be good. I'm going to be using Man-Eater, which is the Ultra Matte formula, which you can see is a really beautiful classic red. And to go with it, I'm using Feisty, and you can see they're a little bit different, but they're similar. So when it comes to applying the actual lip liner, it can feel a little bit tricky if you're not used to it. And actually, one of the tips is if you're going in like this, you've got nothing to kind of steady you. So I always like to use the side. So I'm almost pressing the coloured part of the pencil down. So I get that kind of, I get the lip line, but I also get it filling in the lips a little bit as well. Before I go in and apply any lip liner, there's certain key areas that I like to concentrate on. They're the kind of important ones. And it's basically your Cupid's bow, the bottom of your lip, and the edges. So as you can see, I'm looking a bit strange right now, but I wanted to show the important angles. So the first one is the Cupid's bow, and things to talk about with this is you can really create whatever kind of Cupid's bow you want. So you can follow your natural shape, of course, but the other thing you can do is you can make them a little bit rounder or a little bit pointier. It really depends on what you want. There's no right or wrong with that. So I always like to get this in first because it's kind of the key area of the lip. The other bit is the bottom lip. So I just literally draw a line and follow my natural lip line. You need to be really careful with your bottom lip not to overdraw it too much because it can end up making you look like you've got a droopy lip, which is not very cute. So just try and keep that quite tight, and if you are going to overdraw your lip, do it really minimally. So I'm talking millimeters, and it's best to kind of really concentrate on this Cupid's bow area here. The other thing with the angles of lip liner is just making sure you get right into the corner as well. And actually another tip for creating a fuller lip is just to give yourself almost like a little crescent there as well, so it just creates a little bit more pout on that outer edge. The next thing I'm going to do is just kind of move my head to the side, and rather than kind of going like this, I'm going to lay it flat and pull. When it comes to doing the bottom lips, don't worry about coming in underneath, and instead move your hands so you're coming in from the top. This way you're not going to kind of get that overdrawn lip. And again, I'm laying it flat and I'm just going in one foul swoop, connecting the corner to the middle of my lip. So I'm ready to go in with my lipstick in Man-Eater, and because I've got the lip liner all over my lip, I can actually apply this straight from the bullet pretty quickly. However, I like to use a lip brush. I tend to find that by using a lip brush, you use a lot less product and you can get a more refined look to your lipstick. This is actually a little bit sneaky of me because it's not a lip brush, it's actually a concealer brush, and I love it. It's one of my favorite brushes. And what I do is I just load that up with lots of product. And the reason why this is so good is it's got a flat edge, so you get a lot of products on, but it's not fluffy. It's going to create that really nice sharp line that we want. So I've loaded my brush up, and what I like to do is actually go in at the corner and just drag it down, and you'll see that the product is just applied beautifully. So one of the things I wanted to show you is basically what to do if you make a little boo-boo and you bring your product down, or basically it smudges. Rather than take the whole lip off, which is going to be really annoying, all you can do is get your finger or even a Q-tip and basically just push it back towards the lip. This way you can now just go in with your lip liner and connect it so it's perfect again. So my red lip is done, and what I always find really interesting about doing a red lip is if you've done your foundation and your eye makeup beforehand, sometimes when you put a red lip on, it can kind of change the way that it looks. So I always like to go in with a little bit of blusher just to kind of balance the look out. I'm going to use this one, it's called Lover. It's like an orangey tone, so it's going to look really beautiful with this red lip. If I was to use a pink now, it'd be a little bit mismatched. So orange and red are kind of similar, so basically you need red to make orange, which is why it kind of works. I'm going to go in with a very small amount just to kind of balance out what I've already got on. You don't want to apply too much, so it's just a little bit of warmth there. So that is it, how to create the perfect red lip using our new Ultra Matte formula in Man Eater.